Good morning, this is Mary Jo at Vibrant Living in Hanmer Springs, New Zealand. Welcome to this morning yoga session. First of all, let's focus on the breath and relaxing the body in Shavasana, relaxation pose. If you like, you can bring your feet into Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, opening the hips, or just lay down flat in Shavasana. Focusing on the rhythmic breathing, relaxing the abdomen, becoming aware of the rib cage expanding, chest expanding, taking in that full breath and exhaling completely, feeling the abdomen draw back, the belly button draw back. If you like, you can bring one hand onto the rib cage and another hand onto the lower abdomen. And just breathing into the hands. Take as long as you need to get that rhythmic breath, and then inhaling, stretching up the arms, down with the legs, stretching out one side, exhaling, stretching out the other side, taking the hands back down, bending the knees, inhaling, arching. Oh, hang on, we're going to do a side twist. So just the seesaw of the legs, inhale, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, coming back to center, and exhaling, taking the knees over. The hands are out from the shoulders, and then we're bringing the knees and the feet hip-width distance apart, in line with the shoulders, hips and feet. Keeping the hips on the mat, inhaling, arching the lower back, exhaling, pressing the lower back into the mat. Doing that a few times to warm up the spine, releasing any compression in the lower back, and just finding your rhythmic breath and adding this movement to your breath. Okay, and then inhaling, coming up into bridge pose. Vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down out of bridge pose. Again, inhaling, arching the lower back. Exhaling, pressing the lower back into the mat, and inhaling, scooping the tailbone, lower, middle and upper back, press into the feet, draw the inner thighs back and apart, and exhaling, coming back down, following the rhythm of your breath. And again, arching, inhale, flat back, exhale, and then inhaling, coming back up into bridge pose, drawing the shoulders together, interlocking the hands. Again, pressing the feet into the earth, left foot into the earth, reaching up to the right. Lift the hips good and high. Keep breathing and exhaling, coming back down, pressing the right foot into the earth, lifting up through the left heel. Lifting the hips up nice and high. Focus on the breath. And exhaling, coming down, enjoying the beautiful mountain views. Inhaling, lifting the hips up nice and high, and exhaling, coming back down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. With your awareness and control, taking the knees in towards the chest in nice circles one direction, and then circles in the other direction. Nice massage to the lower back, releasing any tension there. Rocking from side to side. And then bringing the hands behind the thighs, using the momentum of the breath, rocking and rolling, inhaling, coming up, exhaling, going back, shin to the chest, inhaling, coming up, exhaling, going back, a nice massage all along the spine. Coming up, and just taking the legs back into all fours. So getting ready for some cat-cow poses in a moment. Making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. You can curl the toes in under. If you get a cramp, just allow the feet to be flat. And then inhaling, draw the shoulders down the back, looking up, lift the sacrum, exhaling, round the back, chin to the chest. Inhaling, coming through for cow pose, and exhaling. And now we're taking the leg back. So right leg straight back, left arm, and then rounding the back. Elbow to knee, stretching back through the right leg, forward through the left arm, exhaling. knee to elbow, chin to chest. Inhaling, stretching back, reaching forward and exhaling. Releasing other side. Inhaling, left leg goes back. Drop the left hip, stretching forward through the right arm. Exhaling, elbow to knee. Inhaling, stretching forward, reaching back. Exhaling, round the back. Elbow to knee, chin to chest. One more. Inhaling, 3 on both sides. And exhaling, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And releasing. Bringing the big toes together, knees wide to the edge of the mat, right and left. And then dropping down onto the forehead, walk the hands forward, keeping the bum on the heels. If your bum doesn't come onto the heels, you can use a bolster or a cushion. Lengthening through the spine, walking the hands away. And then inhaling, taking it over to the right. Walking the hands over, stretching out the left side body. Inhaling, coming back to the center. And exhaling, taking it over to the left. And focusing on the right side body. Breathing into the intercostal muscles in between the ribs. Opening out that side of the body. Lengthening, keeping the hips on the heels. Focus on the breath. Coming back to the center, walk the hands forward again. And coming back up onto all fours. Again, wrists under shoulder, knees under hips. Spread the fingers wide, flat palm. Inhaling, stretch back through the right leg, grabbing hold of the left arm, the foot. Activate the feet by flexing the toes and lifting up towards the sky. Nice opening through the front hip flexor, front quad. Inhaling, stretching forward back, and exhaling round the back again, just like we did before. And left leg goes back this time. Right arm goes back, reaching back with the right hand to grab hold of the left ankle. Activating the feet through flexing the foot, lifting up, breathing into that. And exhaling, leg goes back, arm forward, exhaling round the back, knee to elbow, and releasing back down again. Okay, so we're going to get ready to come up into downward dog. And we're going to come up from, no, we're not. We're going to do something different. We're going to bring our left foot forward into low lunge. Yep. Okay, so inhaling, swooping the arms up, palms facing one another. Looking up, drop the shoulders away from the ears. And exhaling, swooping the arms down. Lifting up through the back leg, back into downward dog. Spread the fingers wide, flat palms. Exhaling, coming back down to the knees. Taking the right leg forward. Low lunge, inhaling, lifting the arms up, palms facing one another. And exhaling. And we'll take the right leg back into downward dog by lifting the back knee. Now we're going to come into cow pose. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling round the back. Curl the toes under and lift up high in the toes. Lift the hips up high. Imagine somebody's lifting your hips up. Draw the shoulder bones to the back of the body. Bend the knees. Draw the torso onto the thighs. And then start to straighten the legs. You want to shift the weight out of the arms, back into the legs. And then to stretch out the hamstrings, bending one knee and stretching out the opposite heel onto the mat. Breathing into the hamstrings. So breathing into that sensation that you feel. So you're waking up the body, inviting flexibility, breath deeper into the body. Inhaling, coming down onto the knees, into cow pose. Exhaling into cat pose. Curl the toes under again, lifting up high in the toes, lifting the hips up nice and high. Draw the shoulder bones to the back of the body, sternum, heart center towards the legs. Bend the knees again. Bring the torso onto the thighs and then begin to straighten the legs. Shifting the weight back into the legs. Draw the quadriceps back, the heels onto the mat as much as you can. Inhaling, lifting the right leg up, bending the knee and taking the right ankle over to the left hip. And then looking under the left armpit, see if you can see the toes. Keeping the left heel down. So draw the quadricep back on the left heel and then straighten the right leg, taking it down. And changing sides, bending the left knee and taking the left ankle over to the right hip and looking under the right armpit. Opening out the hip a little bit more, breathing into it, drawing the right heel onto the mat, and then even the hips, straight leg, and back down we go. Dropping down onto the knees, knees wide, resting warrior pose, walking the hands away, lengthening through the spine, and just focused on the breath. So we're allowing the breath to guide us, allowing the breath to lead the movement, and the movement is opening up the body to receive the breath. The muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, back up onto all four and coming up into downward dog again. Okay, so if you need to go a little wider with the hands, you may like to do that, making sure your middle finger is pointed straight ahead. And then we're stepping forward with the right leg this time, low lunge again, inhaling, lifting up, looking at the palms, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. This time we're going to do a twist. So inhaling, bringing the hands together, prayer position. Inhale, lengthen. Exhaling, twist. Taking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms together. The right elbow is pointed up towards the sky or the ceiling, depending on your location. And then focusing on drawing the right shoulder down the back and drawing the left ribs over to the right. Inhaling, coming back up. Low lunge, inhaling. Lengthening up, little back bend, exhaling, folding over the front leg. Curl the toes towards you. Inhaling, you can bring the hands onto the thigh. And as you exhale, hinged at the waist, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, coming into a deeper forward bend, opening out the hamstring. Bending the knee, curling the back toes. And left hand down as we swoop the right hand up towards the sky. Exhaling, coming back down. Hands either side of the front foot. And then we're taking the right foot to the outer side of the right hand. And this is for a hip opener. So sorry that you can't see this pose very well. And I actually forgot to do it on the other side. So you might just like to take a rest here and skip this one. Or you can give it a go if you're familiar with it and just add it in on the other side. Back into downward dog. Coming into the plank, draw the shoulder down the back, drop the knees, keep the elbows in close to the body, chest, chin, and coming up. Exhaling, looking over the right shoulder, inhale. Exhaling, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale and exhaling, coming down. And then you can use your knees or engage your core to come back up into downward dog. Find your nice downward dog again, shifting the weight back into the legs, out of the shoulders as much as you can. Seeing if you can discover this pose as more of a resting pose. If it's too much in the shoulders, bend the knees. Better to bend the knees. If your hamstrings are tight, you'll definitely need to bend the knees. So taking the left leg forward now into low lunge. Inhaling, swooping the arms up. Enjoy that nice lengthening, lifting up out of the waist, all the way up through the arms, palms flat towards each other, facing towards each other. And hands in prayer position. Inhale, exhaling, twist. Taking the left upper arm just above the elbow to the outside of the left leg, bringing the hands together, prayer position. This is a variation if you can't bring your hands comfortably into prayer position. Otherwise, you can bring your hands into prayer position, drawing the left shoulder down the back, pressing the palms together, drawing the shoulder blades together, and taking those under ribs over to the left. Low lunge again, inhaling, coming up, exhaling, forward bend, nice hamstring opener, Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, and exhaling, folding, hinged at the waist. Use the breath, rhythmic breath, flowing breath. Inhale, left hand down, right hand up to the sky in a circle. We're going to do a second one. Inhale and exhale, opening out that shoulder. So really good for the shoulder. And we're going to take it back into downward dog again. Into the plank, draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Scoop the tailbone, draw the inner thighs back and apart. You can come into chaturanga or just drop your knees, chest and chin. Relax the feet, looking over one shoulder. Inhale and then looking over the other shoulder. You can allow a bend in the elbows and keep your waist down. Bit of a cobra variation. And curl the toes under. You can use your knees or use your core. Engage your core just to take yourself back up into downward dog. Focus on the breath. Shifting the weight back into the legs. And then walking the hands back towards the legs. A little bend in the knees, grab hold of the shoulders, or sorry, not the shoulders, the elbows. Releasing any tension from the lower back. And then inhaling, lengthening through the spine, half fold. Exhaling, you can grab hold of the toes. Or you can just keep your hands on your elbows, that's fine. This is just some variations. And another one is to take the hands under the feet, shifting the weight onto the hands. Just opening up the hamstrings. It really depends where you are with your hamstrings. So if it's enough for you to just grab hold of your elbows, then that's fine. Keeping a bend in your knee. And then bringing the hands onto the waist, lengthening, coming up. As long as you don't have a back issue, I'd like you to come up like this. But if you have a back issue, we're going to go back down again. So curling down vertebrae by vertebrae and coming back up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking vertebrae one on top of the other, bringing the shoulders, head and neck up last. So if you have any back issue, better to come up that way. Then walk into the front of the mat. Take a moment here. Taking our palms out, taking a breath. No, we won't. We're going to go into Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So you can widen the foot stance a little bit, keeping the hips forward. And just take the time to get your right footing. Make sure you're balanced. Keeping the front knee over the ankle as much as you can. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. And exhaling, folding over the front knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhaling, bringing the forehead onto the knee, taking the knee back. Nice stretch. Inhale, grounding down to the feet, lifting up through the hands. And exhaling, prayer position. Inhaling again, wide eagle wings, lifting up. Exhaling, folding over the front leg. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, bringing the forehead back onto the knee. Taking the knee back, stretching out the back of the leg. Inhale. Lengthen, half fold. Exhaling, grounding down through both feet. Oh, we're going to do it again. So exhaling, going back again. Inhale. Grounding into that back foot, especially coming up. Lengthen up. And exhale. So this really is a moving meditation. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, fold, swan dive. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling, forehead onto the knee, drawing the knee back, straightening the front leg as much as you can. Just whatever is comfortable. Inhaling, grounding down through both feet, coming back up. And exhaling, hands together in prayer position. Stepping the back foot forward. And stepping the right leg back. Same thing on the other side. So moving meditation. We're going to do it 3 times. Inhaling, lifting up into Warrior 1. Take an extra breath here, lifting up out of the waist. Exhaling, coming into prayer position. Inhaling, reaching up. And exhaling, floating down. Swan dive. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, forehead onto knee, drawing the knee back. Bend into the front knee, ground into both feet. Inhaling, rising up. Follow the breath. Exhaling, hands into prayer position. Inhaling, arms up. I like to call this the eagle wings. Imagine you've got these big, beautiful eagle wings drawing out either side. Inhaling, lengthen, and exhaling, folding back. Inhaling, bend into the front knee, ground into both feet. Oh, we're going to do it one more time. Okay, this time, ground into both feet. Inhaling, coming up. And exhaling, coming back into the prayer hand position. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, forehead back onto the knee and pushing the knee back. Take that left hip back so you can engage your core, Mula Bandha. Inhaling, grounding down through both feet to rise up. Exhaling, hands in prayer position. So really grounding down through the feet to rise up. So we want to be really grounded through our feet and then uplift. Feel the upliftment from the earth up through the body. Making sure the feet, now as we stand in mountain pose, feet are hip width distance apart, softness behind the knee, drawing the inner thighs back and apart, scooping the tailbone, lifting up out of the waist, draw or slide the shoulder bones to the back of the body. Drawing the rib cage back if it's sticking out, lengthen up through the neck. Okay, and inhaling, swooping the arms up. Exhaling, hips go back, folding forward. If you have a bad back, please do come down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, half fold, exhale. Taking the right leg back, taking the left leg back into downward dog. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the quadriceps back, heels onto the mat. Inhaling, coming into our plank, and then dropping knees, chest and chin. Lifting the bum and finding your way down onto your front. And just resting on your palms. So make a pillow with the palms. Allow the toes to touch each other and the heels to flap out. So just make sure everything is relaxed. Focus on your breath. Become aware of the breath. The abdomen pressing into the mat. Okay, so we're now stretching out both sides of the body. So lengthening through both arms, stretching back through the legs. Inhaling, lifting both arms, both legs. Shalabhasana. Resting. Focusing on the breath. And then bringing the palms underneath the shoulders for Cobra pose. So 10 toenails in contact with the mat. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Using your back muscles to come up. Inner smile. Curling the side of the lips upwards for that inner smile, even if it's a little one. Exhaling, coming back down. Big toes together, heels flop out. You can shake out the hips and the glutes. No tension. Focus on the breath. Become aware of the abdomen pressing into the mat. Exhaling, feel the abdomen draw back towards the spine. Enjoy those nice, deep, rewarding breaths that are serving you with life force energy, oxygenating your cells, and then coming up onto all fours. Palms underneath the shoulders, pressing back, coming into child's pose. So bum back onto the heels. And if your head doesn't come down, then you can always make a couple of fists underneath your forehead or put a bolster there. So the idea is that you can relax in this pose as much as possible and releasing any tension from the lower back, middle back, from our back postures, strengthening postures. Okay, so taking the bum to the right side, coming up. So inhaling, you've come up, you've taken the bum to the right side and taking the legs forward, folding in the left foot, the sole of the left foot into the right thigh. You can, we want to get the pelvis in a good place, so roll up the mat, shifting the pelvis. Inhale, arms up, and exhaling, folding forward. Grabbing hold of the foot or the ankle. Don't worry too much about coming all the way down. More focused on inhaling, lengthening through the spine, and exhaling, folding, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Another one, inhaling length, exhaling, fold, inhaling, coming back up again. And the other side, so just changing feet. Inhale, hinged at the waist, exhaling, folding forward into this half forward bend. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, and exhaling. Inhaling, lengthening, looking for that spaciousness to move into through the exhale. Using the breath to inform the body that it's safe to lengthen and open. Finding the balance between strength and flexibility. And now we're coming into our butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together. Hit a nice hip opener, just flapping those butterfly wings. Take a couple of breaths. And then once you're done there, roll out your mat again. Sit up nice and tall, flex the feet towards you, draw the quadriceps back, engage your core, and you're just going to take yourself down onto the mat. You can use the elbows if you need to, if you don't have the core strength to take you steadily down, or if you have a back issue, make sure you support yourself. Now we're going to do a spinal twist, so bringing the left foot onto the right kneecap, and with the right hand taking that knee over to the right, stretching out through the left arm. The left wrist is straight out from the left shoulder, keeping the left shoulder down, looking towards that hand. And just breathing into this nice universal twist. Just releasing anything from the back and the waist. And changing sides, taking the sole of the right foot onto the left kneecap, and then with the left hand taking that right knee over to the left, keeping the right shoulder down, and stretching the arm out from the shoulder, and breathing into it. So this is going to be our last pose. And then we're going to come into final relaxation pose, Shavasana, often called the king of all poses, for this is where the body gets to reap the rewards of our postures, opening up the body and the muscles, ligaments, tendons, massaging the internal organs through the twists. And now in this nice relaxed position, with the easy breath, natural deep breath, the blood can be pumped more freely around the body, reaching into those places that perhaps previously had some rigidity. And now this blood, this fresh oxygenated blood, can flush out those areas, purifying, cleansing, rejuvenating the cells on the deepest level, tapping into the body's own beautiful, wise intelligence to balance and harmonize. And relaxing the shoulders, scanning the body for any tension, becoming aware of the body becoming heavy, repeating after me in your mind's eye, I'm relaxing my body. All the muscles of my body are relaxing. I'm allowing my body to become heavy, supported by the earth below. And just staying there for as long as you need to. We're going to continue now for this video and just begin to waken up. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, and then inhaling, taking the arms overhead, stretch, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Do whatever you need to do to wake up the body. You don't have to follow this exactly. And then when you're ready, coming over onto the right side into fetal position, and just take a moment there to just revel in your yoga practice. Short and sweet in beautiful nature that you get to see on this video. And just taking a moment to allow sincere gratitude to bubble up for your body, for the well-being that you have, and for your ability to get through these postures with the flexibility and strength and openness required. Openness of mind, openness of body, and being the good student, open to whatever is there for you to become aware of. As you cultivate being gentle with self, compassionate with self. And when you're ready, coming up into a cross-legged seated position. And when you are, just inhaling, taking the arms overhead and bringing the hands down, meeting each of the chakras on the crown, forehead, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacrum, and root chakra, connecting our universal self to our earth expression through these 7 chakras, or energy vortices through the midline of the body. And with that, we'll bring our hands together in prayer position, and I wish you a namaste. Namaste. The light in me acknowledges the light in you.